Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hey everybody, and welcome to Ask Engineer, the most fun you can possibly have on the internet for the next hour. Trust me, just stay off Twitter and the news. It's me, LADYADA. With me is Mr. LADYADA. I have my snake hat on because it's CircuitPython time.
Yes.
We got an exciting show, lots of news, lots of new products.
Lots of
Let's
things
get
on the
right
show.
into it because it's just like busy, busy, busy.
Yeah, lots of things on the show. On tonight's show, the code is microchipmakes. That's all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. 10% off in the Adafruit store. Everything except for Ada Box and gift certificates. It supports us, an open source hardware company. No loans, no funding. Your purchases help us keep the lights on. Show and tell. People around the world showing and sharing their projects. Packed mailbags and stop by with a letter that you sent to us. Time travel. Look back in the world of makers, hackers, artists, engineers, and current events. Made in New York, some factory footage, 3D printing, Microbit Monday, Pi Day, which is usually Friday, new products. We want to answer your questions. We have some top secret. We're going to give something away. All that and more on, you guessed it, Ask an Engineer.
Yay.
Alrighty. Okay, exciting week, Lady Ada.
Yes.
But let's pay some bills. Once again, code is microchipmakes. That is also the tweet handle for Microchip, formerly known as @mail. We're trying to encourage people to do @microchipmakes and encourage them to send us some chips.
Yes.
Because there's some chips we want. This is Ask an Engineer. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Show and tell. Every Wednesday at 7:30. Not every 7:30. Every Wednesday at 7:30.
Every Wednesday, 7:30, show and tell,
Yeah.
8 p.m.,
Yeah.
Ask Engineer.
Yeah, there's other things that happen every 7:30, but
Not this.
But just
7:30 is every
yeah,
7:30.
one out of like 24 times is show and
Even
tell.
a wrong clock is 7:30 once a day.
Yeah, in New York, same day delivery if you check out before 11 a.m. UPS, free, ground, $200 or more. DHL, we've just added it. Meep, 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 meep. We've also added more places. Now this week, I used emojis to put, like, here's the,
Ooh.
yeah, okay, because I'm just like, we keep
Nice
adding
emoji
them.
action
Yeah.
there.
So UK, Germany, France, Belgium, Ireland, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, and Spain.
As well as Canada.
As well as Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I should put Canada in there too. But we had a Canada, but I have a Canada.
I know,
graphic.
you have just, yeah, I know,
Yeah.
I know. I just want to make sure the
All right.
Canadians are
One day
listening.
this is all going to be flags. And then it'll be the United Federation of Planets, I think.
And then we'll add more countries as we get more practice with DHL shipping.
Yeah, we're adding all of them all the time. It's working out.
Great.
Okay. Next up, show and tell, Lady Ada. This is an epic show and tell. People around the world, every single week, showing and sharing their projects. You never know what's going to happen next. Okay. What was on the show and tell?
Well, we had 13 people on the show and tell, so it's super amazing how many people showed up. A lot of new people, too.
Yep.
Kicked off for some Adafruit folks. John Park, this is out of order, but because I write down out of order. John Park previewed tomorrow's live build project. He's going to be making a live Joy Bonnet and Raspberry Pi project. He's going to be putting it in an NES cartridge. So check that out. Follow along. Build yourself. Have fun. Noah and Pedro. Guardian Shield. Epic 3D prints. Enormous. Lots of neopixels. 20 hours of translucent PLA. Check out their videos. I liken them to the tasty videos from BuzzFeed, but they're, instead of cooking, which is like super boring and you can just buy food, it's 3D printing your own custom electronics cosplay.
Yeah.
Just like way better. Lasts longer than some stupid cookies. Who cares? I mean, like, you eat the cookies and they're done. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I just eat raw cookie dough. It doesn't matter.
Really?
Why even cook them? Yum.
Yeah. Why add entropy to a situation?
No. Why even?
Keep it at its closest form to cookie state.
Just eat the
Fundamental
tasty.
form of cookie.
Okay.
All right.
Next up, cheese. Okay, Scott. He's talking about some library guides. He wrote a library guide for people who want to create CircuitPython libraries. We're going fast and furious. More, better Circuit Playground, CircuitPython products. The Gemma M0 came out. Trinket M0 is on the way.
Yeah.
Had the Metro M0, Feather M0, Circuit Playground M0. So if you want to create libraries for CircuitPython so it'll work.
Yeah, that'd help us.
That would be awesome.
Good.
We write our own guides. We actually wrote one for the new sensor today. But, let's say you have some old device or something you want to add a library to, or just a helper. Check out the guide on how to do it and do it in a way that it'll get added automatically to our bundle, so people can download pre-generated MPY files. It's all good. It's very detailed, but that's because every question is answered. Then we had all sorts of wonderful visitors. We had Peter from Fat Cat Lab. He had made a 7-segment custom display. It's like a timekeeping and scoreboard for this cool game.
Yeah, and they're RGB.
RGB NeoPixels.
Yeah, it's cool because everyone wants little tiny 7-segment displays
And very big ones.
and very big ones, and they want them to be RGB. So that was cool.
Yeah. Okay. We also had Matt coming in with a really hardcore Pi Zero W augmented reality viewfinder thing.
Yeah.
He said you could get these HDMI input
gonna check it
viewfinder
out.
thing. Yeah, those are cool. Totally gonna pick one up.
Yeah,
So I put a star there to say remind me to pick one of these up.
yeah.
Those are cool.
It's better than Google Glass. I'm just gonna call it.
Yeah, super neat. And he used our spy cam, so it's like augmented reality,
Yeah.
which is like really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna wear like a Google Glass thing, you want to have circuit boards and wires everywhere. Like, just go all the way.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like fashion. Stop.
Yeah.
Make it cyber.
So look at cyber. More cyber, please. Greg, working on his boat project, wrapping it up. Lots of sensors, wiring, using an ESP32 feather with our ADA wing and a FONA. It's got like this cool display and a warning, and it like SMSs him when the bilge pump is bilging
Yeah.
too much. But bilge.
We
I
knew
don't know.
someone that their boat caught on fire and sank.
Yeah.
So this would have helped them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sweet. I got the AdaBox 4 project from Rebecca. She's playing around with it. She made her own boomy. She also is playing more with that little robot, doing some educational stuff, so that's cool. Mickey is doing some Utopia Descending LARPing. I don't know what this game is, but it's like some cyberpunk
Yeah.
fighting
It's gonna make
LARPing
this
game.
metal helmet. And
Yeah, it's got a
this
metal
voice thing.
helmet,
It's cool.
and then there's this voice, this teensy FFT thing that does voice changing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what it is, but it sounds awesome. Vignesh has a 3x3 LED cube that he built. It's a good project. He got some code from YouTube, which is like the best place to get code.
Yeah.
I hope the YouTube library is just like type in while one. Like, no, it's probably downloaded, but
Yeah.
it's a 3D cube. It works.
It's a good idea to put all your code in the comments of YouTube in case GitHub goes down.
That's true.
It's a good idea. I'm just saying.
The new developer social network is one YouTube thread.
Yeah.
On like that video.
Yeah. It's where the Linux source code is now. We have a backup copy on the cat video.
You know what's funny? It's like, basically it's what they did with PGP
Yeah.
to get it out of munitions controls.
Yeah.
They print it in a book, and they're like, well, now it's
everywhere.
Is it code or is it speech?
Yeah.
Code is speech. So we laugh, but this is probably going to happen.
Yeah, these are strategies.
These are okay, sorry. So Cool LE Cube has a robot. Come back next week. Show us your robot. Brian made a 10 by 10 LED matrix diffuser grid. Worked with John in the Discord chat. Shout out to the Discord chat.
Yeah,
and they
if
got
you want to
some
go
good
to the
code.
Discord chat, it's adafruit.it/Discord.
Discord.
Or you can go to, I think it's discord.gg/Adafruit.
We're there.
Yeah,
we have like 8 rooms. I
Yeah.
pop in once in a while.
Yeah, we're there.
Talk about what
We're
I'm
there.
working on. John and friend made some more updates to the NeoPixel ukulele. She learned how to solder. She put NeoPixels and 3D printed battery cases on the back, so it's now portable. And there's a mode change, and she played us out. It was really sweet.
Yep.
C. Scott updated his Wanhao duplicator board. So now it's almost done for people who have these low-cost Wanhao 3D printers. We were actually talking about these printers.
Yeah.
They're very popular. But the controller board is like a fire hazard. So check out his updated board, which has proper power management.
Yeah.
Also working this summer on a DIY CS80 rebuild, more Vangelis, more cyber.
Yep.
And last but not least, Adam has his scan electron microscope working.
The
and
photos
he's got
are beautiful.
amazing photos.
Yeah, and right now it's a photo of what's coming off screen, and he's working on getting.
Digital signals.
signals.
Yeah, that's just like, what are you doing? So he actually has it, because the way it works is it actually scans very slowly. So he has
Yeah.
a camera that he just turns it on, and it has like long exposure. But it's better just to get the raw data out. So, this was invented before we could do that. But
Yeah.
now we have
So cool.
analog digital conversion, and sync pulse is easy. So he's going to use probably a teensy or something to get that data out.
Yeah.
And then, get the
Yeah, he's
digital
running through a scope
image.
now, and then he'll be able to.
Oh, it's so cool. He
estimate.
got transistor level.
Yeah, you can
images?
see. Yeah. Watch the show until
30,000, 15,000, 7,000 times
Yeah, I'm all
magnification.
cool with my little microscope, and he's like,
I'm a little
and
jealous.
He's like, here's the atoms. So it was
I'm
cool.
really glad it worked, because you know what? He put so much time and effort into it.
Yeah. He's been
And
working on this for a long,
He's done it a long time, and
There's just been 5 different seasons that have happened.
I like that it worked out.
Yeah, this is good.
Because oftentimes sometimes you end up working on a project and you're like, it didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that this worked.
Yeah, if you dug a trench for power, that's what.
If anybody deserves a scanning electron microscope, it's Adam.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think I'm just gonna make a badge for one person.
Also, we can just send him stuff.
Yeah, we'll make a badge.
We're gonna
too.
totally just send him stuff.
All
Yeah,
right.
well, you want to make him a badge?
Yeah, just one badge, a run of one.
Just one.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. Is that it? Is that everybody?
I think we got everybody,
Okay.
right? Yeah, that's it. It was 13 people.
Yeah, I know. All participants in the show and tell get an as seen on the show and tell sticker. Email support@adafruit.com, and we'll send you out one. This is part of our Adafruit Live series videos. Yay! As you may know, we're on Discord now, so check it out.
Just chat about that.
Yeah, we're a partner now, and so today we got to put on lots of different things, which is really neat. One, we changed the splash screen because we can.
Yeah.
And the other thing is we have all of the Adafruit characters as emojis. So if you type : Cappy : Cappy shows up. If you type : Minerva : Minerva shows up. But it's also when you click the little button on the right hand side where you type, all of the emojis pop up, and you can
You
do
know
that.
what we totally need to do? We should get all the Fritzing SVGs in as
Yeah.
products. When people mention a product, it has a little
Yeah, we
icon
could
on
probably
it.
do a bot that does that.
That would be super
So I
cool.
think it's 50 by 50 PNGs, but then they shrink down, I think, to 12 by 12. If anyone wants to make a Fritzing to emoji converter,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
let us know. Okay.
I
So
can do them with popular ones.
yeah, so that's going on right now.
All right.
Also.
Oh, right now, literally.
Yeah, it's in the. I put them in right away. We got them in, and like I stopped everything. I'm like, wait a second, emojis have to be uploaded to the internet. And then Bruce also sent me the screen that is this. This is what it looks like when you go to the chat.
And it's great because it's not super official, but it's like people want to help each other and chat and just like talk about what you're working on. I pop in, Phil pops in, other Adafruit people pop in.
Yeah, I don't sleep that much, so I just like randomly kind of pop in and like whatever I'm working on or whatever.
Yeah, like if I'll toss in previews of
Yeah.
what I'm hacking on.
Yeah.
Like it's
neat.
even less work than Desk of LADYADA.
Yeah, this is way. So a lot of people in the past were like, "Oh, you should have an IRC channel." That wouldn't have been fun. This is a lot of fun.
This is more fun.
Yeah. Okay. So also we had some videos that we were doing this week, part of our live series, from Desk of LADYADA. This was our video that the first one. Sorry, it was my microscope video. It's not a scanning electron microscope, but it's okay. So I've been doing things called chip tunes, and these are just music videos with components of the microscope. And then last night we did the Atmel SAMD51 with the 1700 page data sheet, and LADYADA kind of showed all the stuff that we're working on with that. Talked about the pricing, talked about why you like the chip.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of fun, and this is the first look on the internet that we know of, live demos and getting some of the stuff brought up. That's your term, right?
Yeah.
Bringing it up.
Yeah, and I showed that you can get 30
Yeah.
megahertz GPIO output,
Yeah.
like toggling GPIO at 30 megahertz,
Yeah, super cool.
which is super fast.
Okay. And then Desk of Tony D. This is part 3 of the Circuit Walker sneaker. So this is using Circuit Playground and Circuit Python to do something like our Firewalker shoes, but this is in the small form factor of Circuit Python and Circuit Playground. Also, this week we have a video that just came out from Aaron. This just went to our YouTube channel, and you can watch it right now, right here.
Hi, I'm Erin St. Blaine for Adafruit.com, and this week I'm getting ready for an underwater photo shoot in Mexico in my light-up swimming mermaid tail named Mermaid Glimmer. Mermaid Glimmer is controlled by an Arduino Micro, and she has 163 onboard NeoPixel LEDs. She's the only one of her kind. She's my very first large-scale Arduino cosplay project, so I'm super excited about taking her to Mexico. So, this week I'm getting ready, practicing my breath hold. I'm working on my Arduino code so it does what I want, packing up my repair kit in case things break, working on my breath hold, working on Glimmer's buoyancy so that I can stay underwater a little longer, and working on my breath hold. I'm adding diving weights to my ankles. The tail's made of neoprene, which is pretty buoyant, so I want to make sure that I can stay down underwater long enough to get the shot before I float right back up to the surface. I made a special carrying case for Glimmer to take her on the airplane with, because she won't fit in the overhead bin. So I have to check her, which is always a little nerve-wracking, so fingers crossed. Stay tuned for part 2 and follow Mermaid Glimmer to Mexico for her underwater photo shoot. If you like these videos, please let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more adventures.
Okay, and this week we also have a Collins lab. So
Take a break.
it's okay, you didn't have to be around for this.
Sorry.
We're gonna play Collins lab.
Hi.
You get to go away again.
Okay. I was making
Yeah.
some hardware.
What's funny is while we're doing Ask an Engineer and there's a video, Lady Ada likes to go and do engineering.
I know.
You're addicted to Eagle. You know, some people, they say that people check phones
Yeah.
like 500 or 600 times a day. That's how much I think you check Eagle CAD.
This is pretty cool. New product coming
You're making electronics
I have to get the
constantly.
testers going, yeah.
Constantly. Because
Well-
you don't have, see, if people didn't have phones, maybe they would use tools to make things.
Yeah.
Maybe take a break from phones.
That's true.
I don't think you should ever get a phone.
I don't have one.
Yeah, you make me do the phone stuff for you.
I rarely.
like, "Here, go."
I rarely even need a phone.
Yeah, you don't want
I have Authy installed on my tablet.
Yeah.
That's, doesn't
Well,
have
use
phone on
Discord
it.
instead.
Yeah, I use Discord.
or Skype or something.
Who am I gonna call?
Yeah, you come here.
Yeah, I'm like here.
People call you.
People just like
sometimes.
find me and
They find you.
bug
Okay.
me.
All right, let's play the video.
Computer, what time is it?
It's 3:19 a.m.
Thank you for turning me on.
Computer, recite pi.
The approximate value of pi is 3.141592673589779322383419716939375110.
Computer, what's the first law of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being or, through an action, allow a human being to come to harm.
That's good. Computer, good night.
Good night. Sleep well.
Okay, that was
33.
one of my favorite videos. Pack and mailbag. Here is this week's letter. This is from Brad. Hello, Adafruit. I want to thank you for all the interesting Circuit Playground device, and thanks to Tony DeCola for the interesting fidget spinner software. It runs great on my Circuit Playground Developer Edition. It'll be a fun way to show people what the Circuit Playground can do, and maybe inspire more experimentation. Good job. Thanks, Brad. Thank you, Brad. If you want to call, you can always leave us a voicemail message. The phone number is ohmbitstab. If we don't pick up the phone, you can leave a nice message. Sometimes we play them. Time travel. Back in the world of hackers, makers, artists, engineers, and current events, and more. What were you doing in 1818, Lady Ada?
Dead.
Oh. It is kind of like being dead. Anyways, you know what Maria Mitchell was doing?
No, what was she doing?
American astronomer and academic is born. She was an astronomer born in 1847. Oh, sorry. No, she was, okay. She was born in 1818. This is her birthday. This is why it's in time travel. But in 1847, by using a telescope, she discovered a comet which was named Miss Mitchell's Comet.
Huh.
She got a gold medal for her prize in her discovery. And she's the first American woman to work as a professional astronomer.
Well, she's got a cool like lace collar, and she's got this
Yeah.
nice
Dress for the
telescope.
job you want. Okay,
Yeah.
next up, 1911. Happy birthday, Harriet Quimby. No, sorry, wasn't her birthday. See, I got these mixed up. So some of them are birthdays and some of them are their achievements.
That's fine. That's fine.
Anyways, she was the first woman to be awarded a U.S. pilot certificate by the Aero Club of America. And in 1912, she became the first woman to fly across the English Channel. Although she only lived to the age of 37, she had a major influence upon the role of women in aviation. We had to do insurance paperwork. One of
Yeah.
the things they asked her, like, are y'all doing private aircraft stuff?
Yeah.
It'll get you.
Look at her sweet boots.
Yeah. Okay. Also, we have a lot of stuff going on at Adafruit right now.
Okay, what's the Adafruit news?
Well, this is back to school month because it's August, so we're gonna have a bunch of stuff every Monday and Wednesday throughout August. We have a bunch of things for back to school, back to school electronics and more. We also launched our Women in Hardware series. This is presented by Adafruit and Hackster. We have sponsors that are helping out with the series, and the first one was you and Aya Badir. You know Aya?
Yeah.
And this is an interview. Engineers, talking to engineers. Jessica, Director of Community Smart Publishing, interviewed both you and Aya. And it's making the rounds right now. It's one of the few videos out there that actually has two women talking about engineering. And if you want to help us out, like and share it and get the word out the best you can. The other thing that I thought was kind of neat is here's Aya on the cover of Wired.
Yes.
And then here's you on the cover of Wired.
Yeah.
See, isn't that nice?
Yes.
Progress, once in
Good.
a while. We are what we celebrate. The cover of magazines still matters. So check out that video. Also, open source hardware news. This week, we have 1,259 tutorials altogether. What were the
Yay.
tutorials this week, Lady Ada?
Oh, we got so many exciting tutorials. Okay, well, first off, we had a little bit of like, not like a bug, but it kind of was a bug. So some older guides didn't show up on the new guides list. So they're not new, but we're going to call them new. So we had the Adafruit Gemma M0 guide from last week. So I'm still working on that guide. I mean, it's done, but I'm adding more examples and links and stuff as I do so, like so for Circuit Python and for Arduino. So check that out. We also have a guide from Trevor Beaton, who's our learning how to do Bluetooth with iOS. He's a Swift developer, but has been learning Bluetooth Low Energy, and he's writing a lot of basic apps for us. Because a lot of people say, like, look, I want to make my own app that works with Bluefruit, but I don't want to take your big app and pare it down. So he's already done that. Yeah. So you get to start with the very basic app. So check it out. It's how to create a Bluetooth LE app for iOS.
Okay.
If you already know Swift, check this out, and you will be able to make your own apps using Bluefruit. All other Bluetooth devices. We have John Park's pinball controller for iPad. He kind of hacked a off-the-shelf, like low-cost pinball controller and made it work using a Teensy. So you can DIY your own, and like it works with the app. And he just showed how to send the right key commands to make it show up, and he connects through the camera converter. So that's kind of cool. We have a guide from Chris Young on infrared transmit and receive on Circuit Playground Express in C++. So that's using Arduino, C or C++, how to do IR receive and transmit. He's an IR master, so he dropped some docs on that. There's a little guide that I wrote this week on I2C addresses. So I need this for a future project, but I thought it'd be really handy. I just made a list of every I2C address that we have for all of our sensors, like everything that we sell in the shop that has an I2C address. I made a list, and it's not everything in the world because, of course, there's thousands and thousands of devices. So post in the forums, or if you post in the Discord chat and somebody who has added access on Learn sees it, they can add it to the guide. But basically, we want to make a list so that if you get to pick an I2C address or you're picking a bunch of sensors, you can make sure that they don't collide. So check that out. That might be handy. Okay. Scott did a CircuitPython sharing and creating library guide. So if you want to contribute code, please do. Arduino libraries are part of why people love Arduino. I've written hundreds of libraries, literally, and we'll be writing more of those and CircuitPython libraries. So this is a good time to get started in creating a standard that people can fulfill, and then we don't have to like go back and change things later. Yeah. So it'll be good.
And we have a guide that just came in at the last moment.
Wait, there's one more.
Okay.
And then we have the Guardian Shield, Zelda Breath of the Wild guide, really cool NeoPixel shield from the game. They just love this game, and we love their cosplay. So, and it's a great cosplay too. So it goes well with the Guardian sword from like a month ago. And we have the guide for this week's new product. It's the Adafruit CCS A11 Adafruit sensor. This one is very interesting because, as you can see, not only is there Arduino wiring and test, but there's CircuitPython wiring and test. This sensor is a fairly simple one, and so we were able to make a library for it for CircuitPython use. Ooh.
Okay.
Nice.
Also, don't forget, we still have the buy one, give one with Girls Who Code. You buy a Circuit Playground, a DigiKey, they give one of these to Girls Who Code. Speaking of DigiKey in the news, congrats to DigiKey. They have a really good article in the Prairie Business Magazine, and they mention Adafruit because you're interviewing Dave. We do stuff with DigiKey, and one of the people they interviewed was someone who is just a fan, and said, don't change, don't mess up the website with marketing, don't stop taking your calls 24 hours a day, 6 days a week, and don't sell out to some conglomerate that will ruin the company. So DigiKey is an interesting company because they're privately held.
Yeah.
And we tend to like companies that can determine their own destiny, have good ethics, have good values, want to do things like the buy one, give one. So shout out to companies that remain independent that can have
and they
a
can
big
do
impact.
things. Yeah. When I mean, like, not that you can't do things when you're publicly held, but when you're privately held, it's a little easier.
It's really hard. One example is, so when I moved to New York over 10 years ago, Etsy was like 4 or 5 people. Etsy eventually became a public company, and they had this, basically there's a revolt. The investors just want money, and the people who work there in the community want them to keep their values. So there's always trade-offs. Something to keep in mind. Anyways, I thought that was a good MakerBiz article. Also on the Adafruit blog and on our site is Adafruit Extra Credit. So check out the site for the details. It's a contest. All you have to do is take photos of your projects and then tag it a certain way, and we'll find you.
We'll find you.
Yeah, we'll find you. Okay. Other news. We got a lot of news this week. Last week I didn't have this graphic, so I brought it here.
But now it's a very nice graphic.
Yeah, and what I liked was someone did the math, and they looked at our orders cumulative over the last 10 years or so.
Oh wow!
And
they saw when we hit every.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so, because one of the things that we do is every time we just did 1.5 million, so every like 500,000 orders. I'll post the exact time and date
Yeah.
and the number of orders, and you can see where it's going. So not so bad.
What's interesting is that this is actually correct.
Yes.
And because I would look at the orders per day,
Yeah.
and well, I'll just drop some knowledge.
Drop some knowledge.
Because what's interesting is you can see, well, the number of orders increased quite a bit, but then now you see that it actually leveled off a little bit, and that's
Yeah.
true because we have many more large distributors.
We have like 2,000 resellers, and then we have giant resellers. So
We have more- we have
they'll
more big
place
resellers.
one order, but it might have thousands of things in it. But you can still see.
So the number of products and sales are going up.
Yeah.
But the number of orders is actually has not like tapered. It's just sort of settled at around 800 to of course if we have Pi Zero Ws or whatever, we have a lot.
Yeah.
in
Also,
stock.
if we decided not to have resellers, it would
Right,
spike
but
up.
the reason it's like if people are like, oh my god, Adafruit is like you're going out of business. No, it's going down because we're selling even more, but we're going through these
Yeah.
giant distributors.
Yeah, on the business side, it's always interesting for us. Like, you have to figure out the right balance too. Like, how many online orders do you want versus how many distributor orders do you want? And there's pros and cons for each type of order, and one of them might be more complex than the other, and one of them might cost more for you to do. But anyways, I thought this was neat. Thank you, folks out there that tweeted
Good
this.
math.
Yeah, it was cool. All right, other stuff. Just a reminder: if you get something from CrowdSupply, which is one of our favorite places, that's it's not really crowdfunding. It can be, but it's stuff that you can actually buy. It's not just like the Indiegogo Kickstarters that you never get, which I have a whole collection of things I never got.
Totally.
Birthdays as a child, a hug, love.
I give you unconditional love. You got
Yeah,
it from
no,
me.
I was saying as a kid.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
anyways, so they have these, and we have a little thing in it too. But it's a neat collection of all the things that are going
cute.
on in the world. So we'll have some of the folks from CrowdSupply here soon. So check it out. Okay, next up, AVR Man. That was the past. This is the
Sam is the future.
So yeah, by the way, Atmel said we don't want this at the time. Now they're microchip, and I'm going to try to get them to do Sam's faster. Sam's better.
Sam's way better. than
AVR
this
man,
old
AVR man. He got drug tested. He didn't pass.
AVR man.
He's out.
He looks like he's juicing,
Yeah,
and
he is.
honestly, I just don't trust him.
He's a juice bro.
I'm
So-
into
yeah.
Sam.
So anyways, we'll talk about this a little bit later, but our current video series and a lot of stuff we're doing is about the AdSam D51. So
New chip. Check out the
Yeah,
video.
we'll
Check
talk
out the
about
blog post. It's a new Cortex M4
Yeah.
chip.
And the pricing is what
Good
we have on our
pricing.
blog post, so
Yeah.
check that out later.
Nice.
So-
It's a very, very affordable, better
Yeah.
pricing than a lot of competition. So that might be good. You might see
Yeah.
even if you don't use Atmel chips, you might see Kinetis
Yeah.
and Freescale and
Yeah.
NXP and ST
Yeah.
and other chips go down in price to match.
So the
good for
reason I put
everybody.
that in there is because every week I've been doing Arduino news. We have a lot of Arduino stuff working on the AtSam D51 right now, and we'll talk about that soon. But it's time to go to Arduino news because I've been doing this for a while.
Is there nothing on news this week? Can we
There-
skip it?
There's Arduino
Oh,
news.
come on, let's skip it.
So good news, everybody. The CEO Federico Musto is out. The Arduino company is back to the original founders.
Yeah.
So Massimo and team got their company back. They own it 100%. All the worldwide trademarks, everything goes to that team. That's the team that we worked with. We worked with them a couple of years ago to help them manufacture Arduinos when there was a dispute and there was 2 Arduinos. Everything should get better. There was Arduino.org, it wasn't releasing open source files. There was Arduino.org, there was some reason that the foundation that was promised by Arduino.org wasn't happening. The person that was the CEO, I think it's straight up, you could say, a fraudster, and he's out.
I'll say it.
He's got, no, I can say it, he's a
I'll say
fraudster. TechCrunch, Wired, Make, there's a bunch of articles about it. Check it out. This was an interesting thing for the community. Don't let this happen again, folks. Because it's hard when someone comes in and they lie and they take over your company and they go to another country and the legal systems are different.
And a lot of people actually were kind of okay with it. They're like, well, there
Looking
was
the other way is
money
easy.
was promised, and like,
Yeah.
oh, I think it's gonna
So-
be lucrative for me if I don't do anything. And so
Yeah.
there were a lot of people who could have said something early and didn't.
Yeah. So
And the more you wait, the longer and harder. It actually gets harder and harder and harder to get
yeah.
somebody
So
who is
something
a bad person out.
happened to us, and that was what had us do something. And what happened was this person, Federico Musto, came to Adafruit, and he had a company named Dog Hunter. He introduced us We were told to meet him from the Arduino team because he was doing logistics. Now, this dog hunter is not the same as this dog hunter. Different dog hunter. So what triggered the things that we were concerned with was when he handed us his business card, Federico Mesto, PhD, I blocked out his personal info. He also handed us his other card, Federico Mesto, PhD, CC Logistics. And what happened was he said that he went to school with you at MIT and got a PhD. And that made us think this seems weird because he didn't. And everything kind of unraveled after that. And then he got control of the company.
Can I tell you the thing that bugs me the most about this photo? It's the wrong logo.
The wrong logo. And
It's the MIT logo changed after he would have graduated if he did. He wouldn't he wouldn't have had a hat with this logo on it.
So that the maker world doesn't care what school people go to or if they ever went to school.
Some of my favorite engineers didn't even graduate high school.
But when
it's cool.
Yeah, but when someone comes in and lies to you and then signs paperwork with the Italian government and gets funding and resources because they say they have these things, when you look into it, there was a bunch of other stuff. So he's out. Good riddance.
Go lie elsewhere.
Yeah, good riddance. And now the Arduino site, a new era for Arduino begins. So this is the team. We know Fabio. He's the new CEO. He's been working with Arduino CC for a while. Massimo is back. So the open source commitment is back. The focus on products, we hope, is back. The type of things that were coming out of Dog Hunter were bizarre. They didn't make sense. They were weird, and they weren't getting used, and they weren't getting released. And the things that were released weren't getting released as open source. And that really broke what everyone thought Arduino was. So that's over, and just here's a photo from 2010 when the Arduino team was at our place. These are the people who now have Arduino again.
You see, I look really young, I have blonde hair.
And so congratulations. Please take good care of Arduino again, Arduino team that has Arduino back.
It's important to care for the things that you like.
Yeah, because the dog
might
not always be able to help. I just really wanted to play the Dog Hunter song. I've been waiting for a reason. Okay.
I know, you've been waiting for like 2 years.
Dog Hunter.
Dog Hunter.
Hey, it's the dog.
Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, okay. Anyways. Factory footage. Let's do it. I thought it had audio, does it? This is just the...
What is it?
It's the AxiDraw drawing.
But what is it drawing?
I think it's like an Akira, like a cityscape thing.
Yeah, what is
Yeah.
cool looking?
Yeah, and then this is another AxiDraw. Okay.
Yes.
And these are music videos.
Oh, yeah.
And then the team, they have this header trophy that they're working on, which is kind of cool. Look, sometimes you have some extra headers.
No, we have a lot of headers.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You won the header contest.
Headers.
And another beautiful sunset outside the windows of Adafruit.
See the Freedom Tower.
Yep.
Beautiful. I like this view, actually.
Everybody does.
Yeah. We
Just
can
New
also,
York City.
point out the back window. We could get
Yeah, they do
the,
that sometimes. Empire State Building.
Yeah, Empire State Building.
Yeah. Okay, 3D printing.
Oh, we can see the moon.
Don Pedro. Printing up a storm.
Big, fun project.
So you gotta be far back. All right.
Okay, and then we have a sped up time lapse 3D printing video.
I hope it's a
Oop.
pangolin.
And don't forget every Wednesday, 3D Hangouts and Layer by Layer with... No, Pedro.
Yeah.
Okay. We have Microbit Mondays. Every Monday we post up some cool things from the world of Microbit. And this week's project is one of the ones that was made with Make Code. So you can use Make Code with Microbit. You can use it
Microbit.
with...
Circuit Playground.
Yeah, Circuit Playground.
You can use it with
yeah.
a couple other things
A
too.
couple other things. So this is what it looks like when you use it with Circuit Playground. But you can do projects like this, which is kind of neat. And I sped up the video because it's a longer video. And it's this cool atmospheric thing where you can tell temperature, and you can do all sorts of things just with Make Code without even having to write a single bit of text.
That's
And,
neat.
yeah, and they show all the different things that you can do. I like this as a physical project. And if you're wondering what the code looks like to run all this, it's pretty easy. Like you can actually glance at this and say,
cool.
oh, I understand what this is. So I wanted to show this
Neat.
project. Yeah. Okay. Pi news this week. I like that they're telling folks in advance, always, this is really good. So next year, March 2018, is the Raspberry Pi Jam Big Birthday Weekend. So get ready. We're working back from that date. We'll have a bunch of Pi stuff in March.
Okay.
That's coming up.
Okay.
And this is my favorite Pi project this week. These kids got their own bunk bed that's powered by Raspberry Pi. It's a Raspberry Pi bunk bed spaceship.
Neat.
Yeah.
Space.
Yeah, that's a cool project. Okay. LADYADA, before we go off to new products,
Yeah, I have to find this power supply.
you got to find a power
You
supply.
do something for a little bit.
All right. Here's our code, microchipmakes. 10% off the native store all the way up to 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. That supports us, all of us here, and open source. Yeah, well, I can always play the video of the dog again.
Yeah, play the video of the dog.
Dun,
Okay.
dun, dun,
The fear and darkness all around you. The criminals are on the run.
All right, well,
Sorry.
I ran out of.
I gotta work out a better system because I keep
I ran
not
out of
having
canceled
the
reality shows.
power supply. Well, maybe this work. Okay, we'll find out. Okay, great.
Okay, let's do this. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Sing your song.
New, the new hunter. I don't actually know the dog hunter song.
I think it's just he's the bounty
He's
hunter.
the new products.
Yeah. Okay.
Releaser.
All right.
Okay.
Just a reminder: we have our new product newsletter. If you have an Adafruit account, sign up. You get a newsletter when we have new products. LADYADA, this
Yes.
is a coming soon. Everybody asked for this, so we did it. You could just sign up for the coming soon page with our @Mel SamD51 series. We didn't want to have to keep saying it's not out yet. Don't ask. So you can just sign up and.
It's not out yet. I don't even have an ETA about when.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go back one.
What?
I don't even have an ETA about when we're gonna have the Metro
No.
M0.
No,
or,
just sign up.
Just sign up.
Yeah.
Look, ARM.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, what's going on here?
This product totally sucks.
No, it doesn't. It blows.
It blows and it sucks. It's a little mini
I'm
fan.
your biggest fan. Yeah.
It's a little mini fan, and it's actually useful for a couple different things.
I get the drift.
One, it's useful for, like, as you can see, if you're soldering, you can power it from 9 volts or 12 volts, and it'll quickly get the fumes away and the smoke away from you. I mean, you want to use a carbon filter on the back, which you could just tape onto the back if you want. But it's nicely enclosed. There's an on-off switch. It's just kind of like a nice little desktop fan. I think it's very nice. It's got a little magnet on the bottom too. So let's check this out on the overhead.
Wanna do the overhead?
Yeah. So yeah, it's just a 12 volt, PC fan. Oh, I'll get all these demos out of the way. It's got a DC plug. I just plug in 9 volts. You don't have to plug in 12. And it's got an on-off switch, and it just turns on. And what's nice about it that I like in comparison to a lot of the desktop fans that we use for like soldering filtering is it's very quiet because it's a PC fan. So it's, you can barely hear it. So it's not like, my desktop fan.
Can you put a carbon filter on front?
Yeah, you could totally. Yeah, it's totally strong enough. Just get it.
Oh, well, that's on. You can't even hear it.
You can't even hear it.
Hold it up to the microphone. You can't hear it.
It's barely, but it's quite strong. But yeah, there's you could put one in behind in here, or you could just tape it to the front. Either way, if you want to add a carbon filter, or just have it blow out towards an open window or something.
Okay, that's cool.
If you want to cool something off, also very handy. So you will get some carbon filters in the store too. This doesn't come with one because it's not kind of intended for soldering. It just happens to be very useful for that.
Handy. Okay.
And there's a magnet on the bottom. I especially like the on-off
switch. Yeah, switch.
Very nice. It's
Okay.
and it's a lot of people are doing DIY builds, and I was like, we should just have a small fan.
Yeah, 3D printed enclosure.
Yeah.
Stand for it and stuff. Okay.
Totally.
We're just gonna sell wires from now on.
No.
So these are 3 wires.
No.
Well,
they're very nice colors.
Hand signed. No. What is this?
This is an Optimax liquid sensor.
Right.
So this is kind of nice because it's a, electronics and water don't mix. So it's kind of sometimes difficult to make a good liquid sensor because you don't want to oxidize or damage or flood your electronics. But this is a really nice solid state sensor, and it's completely enclosed in plastic. And it works very well. It's very simple. You just power it from 4.5 up to 15 volts. And then the output just is low or high. That's it. It's like super simple, not a lot going on. And it's fully enclosed. Like I said, it comes with a gasket, and it's got an IR LED and a photo transistor inside. And then it's just tuned so that when it's in air or in dirt or whatever, the light doesn't reflect back, but in water, the light reflects right back into the sensor, and it detects that. So I have a little demo here I can show off in case you need the video. So I got it connected up to like a Metro Mini, and it's powered here, and then it just quickly detects if it's in water. Oftentimes people put it into the tub like sideways, and so then when the level hits a certain level, or you can put it from below. But it's nice. It's like waterproof here. It's a good solid sensor. So you're going to pay a little bit more than a little low cost like PCB sensor, but trade off is you get a really nice thing that works quite well. And if the whole thing is submerged, it's fine.
It could text you and say your
bilge tank is bilge.
You have a leak.
So nice, and it works even just like touching it like a little bit. It's very sensitive, so it's okay even if it's not completely immersed. So I like this water sensor. It works quite well.
Okay.
Let's check that out. Easy to use too. Which
Okay.
I like. Okay.
What's this?
This is Rage Bridge, which is
That was the name of my first band.
that is totally. This is from Equal Zero Design, and this is from. Oh my goodness, I totally forgot his name.
Well,
Charles Guan.
That's right.
This is Charles Guan's design.
Yeah.
And he makes DIY like carts, like little go-kart type things, and like DIY scooters.
His blog is one of the best blogs on the internet. He's always making the
He
best,
just puts
fastest,
motors on
craziest
things.
electric vehicles.
He's like, hey,
He's
that
like, I
skateboard,
got this
put
motor.
a motor on
Motor.
it. Like
He has a motor.
wheelchair,
He has a motor that
motors.
he put a motor on it.
There's motors on motors. So he made this really nice, dual output, mega crazy.
What would you use this for?
This is a motor driver. And you can see there's 2 H bridges, so you can drive 2 motors with it. I guess you could drive a stepper if it was just enormous, but probably not. Gigantic caps, heat sinking, so you can drive 2 motors with this. And it's got an Atmega on here as well that does all the control for you, and there's current limiting. So the little potentiometer says you can limit from 10 up to 90 amps. So this is not like a little oh, hey, I have a cute little robot. This is like you're building your go-kart, and you need something to drive your go-kart motors. You have wheelchair motors you want to drive. You want to make electric scooters. this will do ya. It's really big. It's really intense. But there's nothing. I mean, like there's nothing else like it for when you have to drive something that powerful. If you're doing robotics, like combat robots, this will also probably do the job for you. Check out the specs to make sure it'll drive the motor you want. But
What's
he's
the
been
gauge of
doing
the wire? They're like
12.
super gauge. Okay.
12 gauge, and they're silicone, so they're nice and soft, and they're soldered in. And then there's this big heat sink plate, but you can also of course bolt this onto something else to heat sink it even more.
Yeah, someone said this is like what's inside BattleBots and stuff.
This is actually technically what is inside BattleBot. So when you make a BattleBot or you're making a combat robot, you'll probably need something like this, multiple of these.
Yeah.
So he just does a really good job, and he's such a good engineer that, I know that people are like, oh, I wanted to buy like a really cheap motor driver, but I think this is a good time if you're going to really build something.
If you're going to put human cargo on it, or if you're fighting to the death with robots,
other robots,
you should probably
invest in a good H bridge. So Rage Bridge.
All right.
The most rage-matic
Here we go.
H bridge.
And I remember when we were talking about these.
Somebody told you to carry these.
These are a bad idea.
These are a bad idea, but they're so cool. I just put a lot of warnings on the product page.
Yeah, don't do
So
this.
this is, I mean, it works. This is a MagSafe adapter. We have two. We have the standard and the version 1. So the older one and the newer one. And it has, the one wire thing in it and the little LED. And then it just gives you a DC barrel jack. And what these are for, I'll tell you what these are for and what we're selling them for. These are used, I got them in a shop that sells, that repairs MacBooks, and they use this to determine, when they're repairing MacBooks or MacBook Airs, they use this to determine the current draw to kind of figure out if the machine's working and what could be wrong. Because you can use, put current limiting on it. With their power supply, you can also see if there's current spikes. So it kind of gives you a sense of how much current you're using. But I think this could be useful for people who want to make their own power supplies, or again, if you do want to repair.
You want to have your own mag thing.
Or you know what? Maybe you just don't want to buy like $100. Power supply from Apple, and you're like, look, I have something that can give me 60
Apple's
to
going
20
to stop.
volts.
They stopped making all this anyway. So if you want to keep a computer going, you're probably going to need to do this anyway.
Or maybe you're like, oh, I have a weird solar powered rig, and I have 12 volts, and I'm boosting it, and then I want to this is something. It's basically the connector. I will tell you that there's no protection circuitry on this, and I haven't blown up my laptop because I'm very careful.
Yeah.
Be very careful when you use these, because I don't know what happens if you put reverse polarity into a MacBook, and I'm not going to try. It'll probably break it.
Yeah, you should. This is like what you're doing.
This is for experts only, but if you're an expert and you need this,
same thing with the motor driver thing. Like, by the way, you need to know what you're doing. Some of this stuff.
You should know what you're doing. You should know what you're doing, but this is less dangerous because if you're spending $200. You're already invested. So this is like $7. So it's very easy to.
It's a cheap way to destroy
your computer. It's a cheap mistake.
Yeah.
But sometimes we have to be punks. Sometimes we have to carry things, even though I know it's
our
risky.
community is smart. They know what they're doing. $7 is like a shot of tequila. Also can destroy
a life
things,
easily.
Also can destroy things just as fast as computers.
That said, this works. Another thing is, let's say you want to repair. You have a power. I mean, these power supplies are expensive. You just want to repair it.
I've seen people say my computer doesn't work, and it was just a power supply.
You might be able to
Mac
use
doesn't
this.
work. You can, and they just needed that.
Yeah, put in like
the ends frail, it break off.
It just breaks off. Yeah, so you would just get a DC plug, and then you could replace it, and now you have like a ruggedized.
Yeah, Apple kills
version.
off everything every year and makes us buy everything over and again. So this is
maybe it's not so bad.
Okay.
Okay. So, anyways,
we'll have lightning
mag jacks, they work.
Okay.
I did test them.
All right, the star of the show tonight, besides you, LADYADA, is the dog. No, just kidding. Is that word? No, it's this. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Got a little click happy here. What's this?
This is CCS 811. We have a gas sensor. I really liked when I heard about this because this is an I2C friendly gas sensor. It's actually kind of like a standard gas sensor, which is like a hot plate sensor, but it has a microcontroller in it, so it can do I2C. It's a little bit more expensive, but it has I2C in it. You don't have to do any analog, and it does some calibration for you and all that good stuff. So it's good for volatile organic compounds. It doesn't tell you which volatile organic compound, but alcohols it'll detect, or like anhydrides. I don't know how to pronounce these things, but there's a list. But basically, gases, peroxides probably will detect it. Alcohols will detect.
Chemicals.
Anything that's a volatile organic compound, it'll detect it. So this could be useful for. environmental sensing, or you want to maybe detect how much gas is coming out of your laser cutter or whatnot. I have a little demo set up with one here. It also does carbon dioxide, so it's effective. It doesn't have a real carbon dioxide sensor, but it tells you the effective, like the approximated rate. So these are not ultra calibrated sensors. A really calibrated sensor is quite expensive. So the deal with this is that it'll give you a range. You'll be able to see sort of like the trends. To calibrate it, you'll need a source, and you'll have to like measure against the source. But right now it's saying 88 parts per billion volatile organic compound, 1,000 parts per million effective carbon dioxide. I actually think it's from this fan. I think this fan is a little bit,
Oh, look at that.
brought down. But if you breathe on it, it'll make it spike up because I'm not drinking. It's just like your
Someone
breath is full.
mentioned good addition to the DIY tricorder project.
Tricorder project also, has carbon dioxide dioxide output. So if you're, you were talking about measuring your carbon dioxide when you're doing biohacking and stuff.
That's fun.
So you can use it for that. Again, it's not going to give you the number looks precise, but remember you have to calibrate if you
It's
want.
not going to save your life.
It's not going to save your life, but it'll give you a range. You have to spend a couple $100 if you want calibrated sensors. Yeah. But for something that works, quite well and is very basic and gives you trends and readings, it'll give you an idea whether it's going up or down and the range approximately of the volatile organic compound. I just want to make this expectation, because a lot of times people buy these gas sensors, they don't realize that they're not
CO2
calibrated.
sensors are good for aquaponics.
Aquaponics, or if you're doing gardening, they can be kind of useful. Biohacking.
Okay.
Environmental sensing. So these are really cool. They're a pretty good price. It comes with a 3-volt regulator, level shifting, and this is one of the first sensors where we are shipping it with CircuitPython library to start. So when you get it, you can run it with CircuitPython.
That's fun. Okay. With that, LADYADA, the products are over.
Yay!
Good work. Okay. We'll do a few questions and then we'll give something away because we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Post your questions in the chat, folks. We'll get to them as fast as we can.
Yeah. That's some time.
Yeah. Whoop.
That's cool.
Okay. Someone wanted. Could you breathe on that again?
I did.
Oh.
Again?
Yeah, again. I guess. There you go. Boop. That's cool. Okay. No top secret tonight because we showed the.
It was just the Metro.
Yeah, we showed this. This is what we're working on.
It's top secret, but you can also see a video I did last night for an hour, and then we have a page on the site and a blog post. So it's not like that secret.
Okay.
It's like kind of.
Folks were wondering if we still use Servant for our hosting. No, we've actually moved off of Servant for most of the stuff.
We're now on Amazon for a lot of things.
Yep.
We use Servant for some, but not everything. We still have, I think, 2 servers on Servant.
Okay, I'm trying to navigate all your wireless Bluetooth low energy offerings, also called Bluetooth Smart, by the way. I need to have a small display and have a wireless connection to a sensor 20 feet away. What would be the right product? So you want to
try the NRF52 Feather and our OLED wing.
That'd work. Okay. What's MOSFET working on these days? Sleeping.
Sleeping a lot.
Loves sleeping.
He loves to sleep.
We have a heating pad for him because he likes to sit on that, and that gives me.
We've actually solved the problem of he just wants to sit on. He wants to sit on our laps all the time. It's a little annoying. So we have a heating pad set on low, and he just sits on that, and he's very happy.
I'm planning to build a compact wearable with a Feather battery and a few breakout boards stacked with a 3D printed enclosure. How can I ensure the boards do not short inside the enclosure?
Heat shrink. Just mechanically stabilize them, solder them down to a board so they're just mechanically stable. That's the best.
If you can answer this one, what are the power requirements of the SAMD51 as compared to SAMD21? Will the 21 still be a preferred option for low power requirements?
I think the 7051 is going to be a little bit less, it will be less power if you clock it at the same rate, because I know that they used the clocking. They added some more low power capabilities. For example, it can do a buck converter built in. So instead of having a linear regulator for the 1.8 volt core, it actually buck converts from 3.3. So I actually am not sure that, I haven't done a lot of power test comparisons yet, but I actually think the M4 might be the same or lower power.
Next up, will the USB over Ethernet adapter in the Adafruit store work with 200-foot Cat 7?
I haven't tried it. I think we
Yeah.
tried it with a 100-foot cable.
Yeah.
It is an Ethernet
It should
chipset. It should fulfill all 100 base T
Yeah.
requirements.
Okay.
Which I think is 100 feet.
I love the new
maybe.
Metro Feather Future.
There's a beautiful future. Beautiful.
Okay.
We'll have wonderful boards.
Yeah. Next up, what do we think about Amazon hosting? Well, so far it's working out. But in this modern landscape, it's easier to move things around.
Look,
So-
it's just about being able to quickly spin up servers and move them around if necessary.
Yeah. We used to have all of Adafruit on one server. Now it's on like 7 or 8.
7 or
like
8,
depending
yeah.
on what part of the site and stuff.
And like one of the nice things is even though we do sometimes go down, which is always exciting,
Yeah.
other parts of the site stay up. So even if Learn is down temporarily or the blog is down temporarily because of something, the shop will stay up or the forums will stay up or whatever.
Oh.
It's separated.
Thank you, person who's super chat. So in YouTube, people can give you a few bucks or whatever. Someone
Yeah.
just did that. Thank you. It's really
Thanks.
nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Go to my college fund.
Can I stack the TB6612 drivers on the stepper control wing to drive steppers with more current?
Oh, I wouldn't do that. No. You should just get a bigger stepper driver.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think I got. Why not the TQFP part for the Metro M4 instead of the QFN?
I actually like QFN a little bit more for soldering. The QFP, they're harder to rework. QFNs, I just like them a little bit more.
Okay. No question, but a thank you for fixing the bug in ESP32 for SD card access. Yay.
Yeah, we didn't do anything. We just told the ESP32 maintainers, and we sent them a whole bunch of hardware. We knew there was a bug, we just didn't know what it was because it was something internal, and
Okay.
so we just gave them hardware and they fixed it.
Any
after we
chance
pointed
of
out.
seeing a CSR 86XX board in the store?
I'm kind of allergic to CSR. I'd kind of like to use almost anything else.
We had not so fun experiences with CSR.
Yeah.
No. Anyways. I mean, nothing. It was just not anything against the companies.
It's just a different. It's a different.
It's a whole. It's like you join a whole other religion.
It's not maker friendly.
It's tough to get that
so-
working with maker stuff.
But the ESP32 has Bluetooth Classic support,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of holding out, waiting for the ESP32 the Bluetooth Classic support to bubble up and get more developed because it can do audio. Like they have an audio example already, and then you can do
Okay.
keyboard and stuff.
Last
Yeah.
question: will Bluetooth Low Energy Feather work with 2 nodes? More than 2 nodes.
The NRF52 we added central support, so it can connect to more than one peripheral. But it's Bluetooth isn't. The previous ones aren't really designed for mesh, so try the NRF52. I think that's your best bet. But I know K10 only recently added access to central support, but it does work.
Okay. Don't forget the Discord chat is going on and everything. It says YouTube chat, so if you need to help each other or post in our forums, post in the forums.
Ray John.
Yeah, let's give something away. What do you want to give away tonight?
We're going to give away maybe one of these CCS 811s.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what are the rules?
Rules are, if you've won before, please don't enter again. Only one winner per lifetime, so we want everyone to have a chance of winning. The trivia question is really easy. When you call the phone number, if you're the first person to call and I pick up the phone, I'm going to ask you your name, where you're calling from, and maybe say a project you're working on or you want to work on.
Yeah, that's the rule.
Yeah.
That's the trivia question. That's it. It's that easy. Okay, the phone lines are open. That's the number you have to call.
Yeah. Call this number, and I'm going to ask you your name, where you're calling from, and a project that you're working on.
Yeah.
That's it. Very easy trivia.
Yeah, let's see. I'm always surprised that this works because we have some weird stuff going on with phones. But let's see. Okay. Answer the phone, lady.
I like to wait for 2 rings.
Hello, you have reached Ask Engineer. It's LADYADA. Hello? Hello? Hang up.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let's see if anyone else calls. All you have to do is call, say where you're from, your name, and your project. Oh!
Try again.
Oh, don't let it ring again because it rang once and then stopped.
Yeah, wait 2 rings.
Hello, you've reached Ask Engineer. It's LADYADA and you're the winner. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Oh, my name is Mark.
Hey, Mark.
I'm calling from West Palm Beach, Jupiter, Florida.
Wow. That's cool. All right, well, congratulations. You're the winner of a fabulous Volatile organic compound sensor. Wow, it's what you've always wanted. Congratulations. Is there any projects that you're working on?
Yes, I'm having to keep track of multiple people's accomplishments at work.
That's
so
great.
I'm building a counter with menu system, and then it will
Call
default
them
to
hub
like a
reports.
timer, and I bought like a temperature sensor, so I can put it like on my desk, and then people can go by and say, okay, I delivered this many things per day or something.
That's good.
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Thanks for helping out people at work to count their achievements.
Yeah, Amazon Warehouse has a different one.
Yeah.
It counts like that you're not fast enough, and then it fires you automatically.
All right.
I'm not kidding. No, I read about that.
Okay, well, congratulations, Mark. You win your fabulous prize, which is very handy. You can add it to your sensor collection. Email support@adafruit.com and say, hey, it's Mark from Palm Beach, Jupiter, Florida, and we'll give you a free sensor.
Okay.
That's
Thank
all
you
we
very
can do.
much.
All right, have a great night.
Bye, Mark.
Bye.
All right, you too.
All right. Thanks, Mark from Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay. That is our show for the night, Lady Ada.
Rage
Thank
against
you.
the bridge.
Yeah, thank you everyone for being around here. Thanks for all the support and everything that everyone gives us every week. That actually really keeps us going. Don't forget the code is microchipmakes. And we'll see everybody next week, 8 p.m. Ask an Andrew. We'll probably do another Desk of LADYADA, and then we got some other stuff going on. Thanks to all the folks that are helping in the chat, all the Adafruit team members here and remote. And as always, be good, share, be good to each other. Speak up when you see something wrong.
Yeah.
And it is possible to
make change. Yeah.
It might take a little while, but it's worth it. And don't ever give up, because good things can happen. It's possible.
That's your jewel of wisdom for the day.
It is possible.
Okay.
Yeah. Not all. Doesn't seem like it always is possible, but it is.
Yeah.
You
It's always
know,
darkest before the dawn.
Be excellent to one another is pretty much the only rule that.
And sign up for the Metro and 4 stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, sign up. Then we'll know how many people want to get these. So
Yeah, because we have to get
order
some
more
chips. Yeah.
Okay.
And tweet at microchipmakes. Ask them to sell us some chips. They have to send them to us.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And the post party's in Discord, so
Okay.
head over there.
Hang out to
It's,
Discord.
discord.gg/Adafruit or adafruit.it/Discord. Both of them take you to the same place, and play around with the new Circuit Playground emojis we put in there today.
I'm such a big fan.
Yeah.
Actually, just a very small fan.
All right. Here's a picture of Musset the cat. Meow, meow, meow. And here's your moment of Zener.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.